10 most hated couples on 90 Day Fiance, Paola and Russ.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we need to
Okay. That's different.
Paola and Russ were a regular, cute, normal couple when the show started. They are one of the few original couples from season 1 that made it. Initially, Pao was a fan favorite, and people thought Russ was extremely lucky to have her, especially looking like she does. Unfortunately, they have both grown to be extremely annoying. This became noticeable when Pao moved to Miami, which was the best move for them both, and started acting like she didn't have a man. When Russ showed up and started reacting, we just couldn't keep up with the back and forth. They have now been downgraded to just being on Pillow Talk, and we agree that this is the best decision by far. Paul and Karine.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
What do we have here, a little boy?
Paul and Karine are such a mess that we don't even know where to start. At first, we felt sorry for Karine for not realizing who she had wrapped herself up with, but now they've been together for several years, have an adorable baby, and Paul is still acting like a complete idiot. He runs away every time he has to tell the truth or is confronted. He can never get a job, and when he does, he can never keep it. By now, if Karine was really going to leave, not all this fake stuff they have doing for social media, she would be out the door, baby in hand. Both of them are just annoying at this point. The truth is, if they played their cards right, they could still have the drama and we all wouldn't be so annoyed every time they make the news. At this point, it is just overbearing. Danielle and Mohammed.
Mohammed just found out about some past due bills.
Season 1 couple Danielle and Mohammed have been broken up for quite some time now, but the relationship will go down in history. We are inclined to feel sorry for Danielle, but come on, anyone could see from day one that Mohammed was not into this woman. Their relationship was so annoying because of Danielle's desperation and Mohammed's inclination to take advantage of her desperation. It is safe to say that both parties contributed to be the most hated couple. Danielle was more concerned about hooking up with a younger guy than how comfortable her kids would be with a strange man in the house, and that's in addition to lying about basically everything, losing her job and being prepared for his arrival. Yet Mohammed is far from blameless in the matter. Ashley and Jay.
The signs were there, I just ignored them.
Liar liar, pants on fire, Ashley and Jay are now known as the fakest couple of the series so far. Jay has been accused of cheating, stealing money, and all sorts of other wild things. Ashley has been accused of faking an illness, lying about the custody of her kids, and overall relationship with Jay. They routinely ticked off a lot of viewers and no one could keep track of their story or any of the timelines they were peddling. The couple eventually broke up, or didn't. We don't actually know. Eric and Lyda.
It's messy, it's dirty, and I couldn't sleep.
Eric and Lyda are more drama off camera than on, and that's a hard pill to swallow from someone seeing as they were absolutely horrible and hard to stomach. Eric came off as weak and pathetic, and Lyda came off as a horrible person for trying to force him to stop paying child support. The couple is still together, with a few reports coming out where Eric was arrested for domestic violence against Lyda. He later admitted to having to physically restrain her from harming herself, hence the domestic violence situation. Ricky and Melissa.
Yo creo que no tengo mucho tiempo para hablar, pero mucho más que hablar, pero dime.
Ricky was such a creep, and we only wish that we knew it before he got to Colombia to meet Melissa. The biggest problem that we had with both the couples was that first and only dinner date they had. They both seemed like they did not want to be there. In addition, the fake couple seemed to part ways so quickly that it was almost unnatural for them. We don't even remember if Melissa ordered a meal because she took off. They had been talking online for about a year, and Ricky made it seem like this was for him. Melissa knew that she didn't want to show up to the dinner, so she basically wasted our time. Viewers got invested, but it came back to bite us in the ass. Mark and Nikki.
She changed radically. And so I got left.
With an almost 40-year age gap, this couple rubbed people the wrong way immediately. Mark came off as a complete creep, and it almost seemed like he was talking down to Nikki. The controlling aspects of Mark, and in particular the way he speaks to Nikki like she is a child, was just a little too much for the viewers. Thankfully, they didn't end up getting a lot of screen time. Now they are basically nowhere online. We can't help but assume Mark limits Nikki's social media time, if she gets any to begin with. Nicole and Azan.
It's been a couple of weeks since the trip to Grenada was canceled.
Nicole at this point is an idiot. We can't even be mad at Azan anymore because he is showing his true colors very brightly. It is now up to Nicole to grow a backbone for herself and her daughter. Azan has said some vile things about Nicole and her weight, and he even mocked her as she walked up a desert sandhill panting for dear life. She has sent him a lot of money, which was supposed to open some kind of beauty bar in Morocco. He hasn't even proved that he likes Nicole, let alone love her the same way she does. Overall, he comes off as a scam artist, and she is completely blind to all the red flags. They don't deserve each other. Colt and Debbie.
I said, Vanessa told me the cats are really doing really well, and she sent me a picture.
Vanessa's watching the cats while we're gone.
Colt and Debbie were not a couple, they are mother and son. However, they might as well be with the way they codepend on one another. Debbie and Colt's real girlfriend at the time, Larissa, couldn't just get along. Colt always seemed to take his mom's side, which causes an even bigger rift in their relationship. Colt and Debbie are cringeworthy to watch. They act like an old married couple, and it has become so annoying to the point that fans were rooting for Larissa, who they couldn't even stand due to their antics. Debbie and Colt are now on Pillow Talk, which is weird because Pillow Talk refers to the conversations you have with your spouse while in bed at night. Anfisa and George.
There has to be a limit.
10,000 per month?
Personally, we don't see anything wrong with Anfisa and George. In fact, they make a good couple. They both bring the unexpected. Anfisa is physically and verbally abusive to George, and in return, he buys her things. Although, not usually the things she wants, since he lied about how much money he had. One of the most iconic scenes between Anfisa and George was when she wanted George to buy her a red bag. She yelled and screamed at him for what seemed like no reason. This was the scene that really started making people dislike the two. Unfortunately, George is now in jail for possession, and surprisingly, Anfisa is hanging in there too. Brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.